reflection is essentially looking at our experiences with a view to learning from them and maybe changing what we do in future based on what we've learned. I think that we know that all learning can't be gained through textbooks and through lectures, that some things we can only learn by doing them, and we can only learn through experiencing them. So reflection is about purposefully looking at those experiences, gaining new learning and new insights from them, and then maybe that will lead to a change of action next time we come across something that's similar. In terms of how we can use reflection as lecturers then, it may be that we can use reflection to help us develop our teaching practice. So say for example we deliver a lecture or a session, we can then look at how that went, we can look at how the students engaged with us, or maybe how they didn't engage with us, how they were, were they interested in what we were talking about? Did we get feedback from them? We can look at that then and review that and think, well, how could I do that differently next time? What good practice can I develop and make even better perhaps? What could stay the same? Or what is it about that session that I could completely change and do differently next time? So it's through those reflective experiences that we can develop and change our teaching practice, which ultimately will have a good effect on us and on the student learning experience as well. I think as a new lecturer it can be useful to use your mentor or the person that you've chosen to observe your teaching practice perhaps. I think you have to have a very trusting relationship, because you're often through reflection disclosing quite a lot about you and who you are, and you can sometimes feel, I think, a little bit vulnerable, and sometimes your reflections you'd like to keep a little bit more private. But I think if you're in a trusting relationship with your mentor or whoever's supporting you, then you can ask them honestly, well, how do you think that went? How do you think I came across? How did I look? Do you think the students were engaged? Tell me honestly. I think it does have to be an honest thing. So you disclose that about yourself, you ask those questions, and hopefully then you get some very supportive feedback, which then enhances your learning, which, as reflection is a cyclical process, you then apply to future learning, and it's always ongoing. So in terms of what my question would be to you, I think that sometimes reflection gets a little bit of a bad name because people feel that they always have to use models of reflection, which sometimes can seem a little bit rigid. So my question will be, what creative ways can we think about which will encourage different ways to reflect, more creative ways to reflect, and maybe sometimes more appealing ways to reflect on what's happened?